Hit for my wins, I need my ends. This life is real, if they pretend. Came off the bench, I get it in, I get it in, I get it in. Hit for my wins, I need my ends. This life is real, if they pretend. Came off the bench, I get it in, I get it in, I get it in. I'm on my job, I get it done, but you should know that. Shine like a sun of 101, you should know that. I get the front and in the back, you should know that. No need to stun, it's never cap, you should know that. All I know, 10 toes, never fold, bang roll, on the go, ice wall, ice wall, ice wall. Hit for my wins, I need my ends. This life is real, if they pretend. Came off the bench, I get it in, I get it in, I get it in. Hit for my wins, I need my ends. This life is real, if they pretend. Came off the bench, I get it in, I get it in, I get it in. I miss my baby, so I hit them on the FaceTime. I need it all for them, so no, I cannot waste time. Facing these oceans, feel the water on my waistline. We trust the process and my only know it takes time. You can get it, got no worries, I'm gon' make mine. Going global, I'ma get it out the state lines. Paying taxes at a more than what you make now. Different bracket, eating off a different plate now. Hit for my wins, I need my ends. This life is real, if they pretend. Came off the bench, I get it in, I get it in, I get it in. Hit for my wins, I need my ends. This life is real, if they pretend. Came off the bench, I get it in, I get it in, I get it in.
The market crashed on me, but that's not my last, homie. It ain't over for me. It ain't over for me. The market crashed on me, but that's not my last, homie. Only one logical thing to do. Don't trip by the dip, 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 by the dip. Don't trip by the dip, 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 by the dip. Don't trip by the dip. Get my chips and dip. Hollow coins and watch me flip. In and out, I'm stacking pips. Market looking bearish. By the dip, 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 by the dip. Don't trip. Sour cream and onion dip. Scoop it with some ruffle chips. Sink 'em like Titanic ship. Bartender, here's a tip. Crypto face is the truth. He can even show you proof. This is market cipher school. Rory made you say, ooh, wish I had one too. Making plays on Tradingview. Waiting on a blue triangle. I just call it Blue's Clue. Portfolio diversified. Keep my balance classified. Scared to look, you terrified. But when you did, you almost died. All good before you went to sleep. Woke up to a surprise. Couldn't believe your eyes. What the hell did your money go? You like, oh my God, what the fuck happened? Bitcoin dumping in my sleep. Woke up to a market sweep. That's the reason I don't sleep. Keep my eyes on the prize. Bought some Hex and Cardano. Fear of missing out. FOMO, that's a no-no. Yeah, I know, bro, but I still do the shit. I'm just trying to hit a lick, so I think I just might buy the dip, 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 buy the dip. Don't trip, buy the dip, 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 buy the dip. Don't trip, buy the dip. Get my chips and dip. Hollow coins and watch me flip. In and out, I'm stacking pips. Market looking bearish. Buy the dip, 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 buy the dip. Don't trip. The market crashed on me, but it's not my ass, homie. Time to rise up out the flames like a motherfucking phoenix. Flying high in the sky, and I motherfucking mean it. Put it all on the house, I can't help it cause I'm greedy. Got a family, gotta feed it. All my followers, man, they need me. We can all get rich together, talk about financial freedom. BTC, ETH, XRP, that's a threesome. Three-way. Blockchain tokens got your boy really eating. Cryptocurrency is a gift from God. All praises to the Most High. Help me beat the odds, playing smart so I don't get wrecked like you pencil next. Way a crew, call me Spider-Man, the way I spider line. Until we position, then I exit trades right on time.
Good morning all. Yes, sir. Hope everyone is well. Hope everyone is good. Happy Friday to all. And yeah, let's get it. Make sure all systems go. Everything look like it is working, which is always good. And yeah, let's see what we have going on for today. Start off with the calendar directly. Friday today, we have pretty much clean during London session with nice bit of Euro news. German PMI 1155 though, so all at the after London Open, which is not too bad. And then of course today's the big day, NFP day. All right, so today's NFP day. I should actually put that in title. People like that. People like that. Let's put it in title. So yeah, NFP today, we're gonna see what happens. So unemployment rate gonna be very important. If this ticks up, issues for long term in stocks, not gonna be too good to see this tick up. Comes back as the same, not too bad. Basically gonna remain unchanged, and then we see it from there. Okay, and then that's it. So NFP, the big one for NY today. And let's see what we have for London in terms of price action. We looked at the calendar here. So after yesterday's very heavy rally on GJ, we are starting to create a little bit of resistance. Obviously daily candles closing strong bullish here. We do have a daily resistance somewhere around here, which is coming in at this spot here. That's our daily resistance. 4-hour time frame created a resistance right here. One hour looks like that. All right, so mixed bias. We could look for buys above actually key level. It could be pretty simple buys above key level. Trade into these wicks here. These wicks should be 5-minute structure. Yeah, look at that, man. So that would be kind of your watch zone. And let's see how much we have to there. About 8 pips, not the best, but stop loss should be also hopefully small there. And actually that can make sense. Pretty straightforward for GJ, to be honest. Not sells, not till looking for sells until, I mean, like minimum here and then even below here. Yeah, probably somewhere like below here, to be honest. That's like minimum for sells. Once we get below here, if not, I'm really looking for the break of the range with all this bullish momentum, you know. So we're gonna see how that ends up forming, and then we're gonna take it from there. So that's the plan for GJ, and let's have a look at now Mr. Gold. So gold, on the other hand, here is moving up through the ranges here. This was such a sexy position. I saw some of the guys took this in the group. I could have taken this at this time, but I didn't look at the chart. 7 a.m. I'm up at 6:30. So I mean, I don't trade at that time ever, but you know, it's been really clean gold. And look at this zone here. So this would have been nice actually. I think it gave you a 1-to-1, if not a little bit more. 50 pips. How much did we push? Yeah, definitely give you a 1-to-1. If 73, yeah, I mean, that's a perfect trade. Set up one, structure before, close above, happy days. So we could take another setup one above here, 70 pips later, but we want something like this, man. Hopefully this can repeat. You know, it pretty much sucks if this is gonna close this deep. We'll see how big this stops is. I mean, it's pretty much the same size, so yeah, it's not that bad. This could be an option. I mean, look at the difference here. 5-minute structure, no 5-minute structure. You can see the differences. So I really would prefer to see 5-minute structure. So maybe this close above and then a thunderstorm or something. I'll be willing to take this early and then just see what ends up happening with it. Even if it ends up holding a little bit of drawdown, if today's going to be full bullish, obviously with previous daily closing bearish, there is a chance for us to also continue down today, right? Because we have closed bearish now. Although we are rejecting this zone here, there's still a chance, right? We can't say that it's completely out of the question. Now 4-hour looks very healthy for upside here, but you know, it could reject one of these wicks if it wanted to. That's what, you know, if we really wanted, any could grab liquidity, especially from these zones up here back into these 1-hour zones, etc. That's definitely where we could see, you know, potential rejection come through. So I'm going to take the conservative zone and mark the 15 here. And realistically, that is max target. We could even reject earlier if it really wanted to. So coming to DAX here, there'll be a little bit of a gap. This is a gap. This should be a gap on your broker. Looking at what's happened over yesterday, you know, yesterday market was closed, so previous was bullish. This daily resistance here seems to be a target. 4-hour resistance, we've closed above. Current 4-hour closed bullish on broker. Let's have a look what we're saying. So previous daily gap up, 4-hour bullish. So it is bullish bias, but we have that gap towards the downside. So this is a gap here. So I wonder if we want to fill that first. We're gonna see what ends up happening if we do want to fill that gap first. Yeah. So I'll be looking for buys. See what we got here to the left. Pretty clean, right? Yeah, it is clean, very clean. So I guess to daily resistance is going to be the target today. So either we're looking for breakout trades or we're looking for setup to fill the gap and then take buys back towards these highs here. So pretty straightforward on DAX as well here. Plans are pretty simple today. Just needs a matter of, do we have volume and setup? So let's see what ends up happening. Let's see what ends up happening and we take it from there. So bullish on DAX today. I'm looking for pullbacks for opportunity for buys, or I'm looking for closes above here to break out. So we'll see how this pulls back, if this wants to continue or does it consolidate and break out. I don't mind taking a breakout without it filling the gap. So it's not too bad for me to do something like that. So let's go back, look at gold. Gold rejected. It's not necessarily a bad thing. Gives us an opportunity to take a buy on the next candle with the 1-hour close as well, which is always something a little bit more confidence inducing, right? When you have a 15 and a 1-hour close, it feels a lot better. So that's going to be the plan for today. Hopefully it all made sense. Hopefully everything is clear. Let me know in chat if it's clear, and leave a like in the stream if you haven't. You guys know the drill, and let's see what this week holds for us. Let's go. Not this week, this day. My bias is mixed on DAX. What is yours? Mine is bullish. I don't know what you're checking. You need to check broker. DAX was closed yesterday. We mentioned that. Do you consider previous 1 hour? Let's have a look, brother. Previous 1 hour. Yeah, definitely can be a watch. You know, definitely we can mark it as a watch. I like to use boxes these days as my watch. You know. So we can see if anything happens there and then manage accordingly. Man, I'm dehydrated from yesterday. Yesterday I went out at like 1 o'clock. And there was an accident on the road. Total stuck in traffic. And I was driving my other car that's modified and it was getting overheated. It was a nightmare, man. I was sweating, bro. Sweating. Absolute nightmare. 1 hour stuck sweating. 48 yesterday. 48 degrees. Disaster. AC, my car was overheating. And the reason it was 48 is not because the temperature outside was 48. It's because what happened is, I mean, it was crazy. The road was like a 4-lane road, and a truck, you know, one of these big pickup trucks with a trailer. That's my truck drawing. With the trailer, literally was going straight. I don't know what happened, but it looked like this. The car was like that, and then the trailer was like this. Like he drifted, and all here was all wet, all wet, all wet. And there was only the yellow line open. So you can imagine 4 lanes of traffic and only one car at a time can pass. Bro, dead traffic, standstill. And all the cars sitting there, made it that temperature because they're all hot, all getting overheated, making the road hot and making the temperature around. It's a disaster, man. It's a disaster. My car is modified, so it doesn't really handle that type of heat because everything's modified in it. So I was really stressing, man. And I had nowhere to pull over. I'm like, if this thing boils over, I'm fucked. Man, I was so pissed when that. I was so pissed. That stuff really pisses me off because it's just a headache, man. And you're sweating. And it's a manual car with triple plate clutch, so it's a really heavy clutch. Bro, don't even remind me, man. I feel exhausted from that. 1 hour stuck in that, it's like a nightmare, man. Trauma. Was it slowly moving or not moving at all? Like, you know, stop for 2-3 minutes and then crawl. 2-3 minutes, crawl. 2-3 minutes, crawl. 2-3 minutes, crawl. If it's moving, it's fine, but, you know. Did you turn the heat on? That cools it a little bit. I mean, I have a very, very good radiator, but, you know, when the car is standstill, it's very hard for it to do that. Harry, no race radiator with lower temperature thermostat? Yeah, I have one, of course. Right? I have one, of course. I can imagine the air quality. Yeah, but Dubai doesn't have the best air quality, you know. I thought you were retiring, Harry. It would be good to add one more R in my name. No, I've not. Didn't you stay yesterday? I told you guys that was a wake-up call. It was a little wake-up call. Because everyone was going nuts. The minute I said that, everyone calmed down. I know it was for the trolls. Bro, I've been here for 2 years. You think 1 or 2 people in chat is gonna tilt me like that? Come on, man. Hi, when is the new car coming? You guys have to wait. You guys have to wait. Few hours afterwards might not trade. Man's up early for that. Not bad, not bad. How's your week so far? Pretty good. No losses this week. Maybe we lose today, maybe we win today, but that doesn't affect. When are we getting in the giveaway? We had the giveaway. If you're talking about the funded account giveaway, actually WAP has actually launched a competitions thing inside. So I'm actually gonna see if I'm gonna do it in WAP. Because I would just want to see how it works. The aircon on electric cars would drain batteries in those conditions. Electric cars are like diarrhea. You never know. You make it home. Jesus. I mean, it was definitely cars. There was like two, and what made it worse is there was like 2 pickup trucks, regular pickup trucks, that broke down because they overheated. So that just made it all worse. Would this be a setup 1? It would be a setup 1, yes. What's my thoughts on gold? The same thoughts I had from this morning. Nothing's changed yet. I was looking for the buys above. I prefer if it didn't reject because it's just going to make it harder to buy. Because now if we reject, we have this support here. So we can't really buy into this support. So hopefully this is going to grab liquidity to continue up. Electric cars barely use any battery with aircon on cold. It's the heat that does it. When I got a Tesla, you can tell the difference summer and winter. Yeah, I've heard that from some of my friends. They say it really drains super fast. If my markups are slightly different from yours, but I'm sticking to the same plan, does it affect my trading? Yeah, it would, because I deem my markups as highly accurate. I think this line is from yesterday, right? Yeah. Sometimes I get it wrong, but normally people pull me up on that. I've been so busy this week, I haven't even filmed this week's YouTube video, guys. So I will film this week's YouTube video and then we'll get it edited by Sunday, hopefully. And then also over the weekend, I have to go film another piece of content, man. Man, this week I'm sick of filming. Yesterday, film content, fuck that, man. It's doing my head in. Is the win rate updated? Not, it should be, yeah. I don't know, maybe it's 0.2, 0.3 more or less. The problem is not, I don't mind filming, it's just it's hot these days, you know, and it's just hot. That's the problem, man. What are we? Tomorrow is what? Let's see. Daily. Today, 37. Tomorrow, 36. Okay, fine. Monday, it's cool. It will feel a little extra hot today. Bro, this is all cap, man. I never trust weather forecasts. Did you make fake out and breakout videos? Yes, they're on my channel. Better stay in the room with AC? Facts, man. That's nice. Or just go from AC to AC. But yeah. You guys asking for new car? It will be revealed very soon. Like I said, I'll give you the only hint. The hint is it starts with a letter from A to Z. That's your only hint. One of my friends got a call with one trading guru online and they were forcing him into buying their private Discord for $5,000. I told him how much I pay for Tradesharpe. He was shocked. Send him here, bro. Come on. $5,000 is absolutely crazy. If you ever want to come to the USA, I'll take you drifting. Let's go. Let's go. What car you have for drifting? You're talking like Bank of Japan. That's facts, bro. That's facts. That's a good comment. GT86? Yeah, not a bad platform. Not a bad platform. Did you guys see the winner of yesterday? Did you see the winner of Pip Labs? You like that new format of giveaway where you have to select the number? Yesterday, Dennis was almost third, bro. He was off by like 15. 15 you were off by, Dennis, bro. 15. What's the number? Check my story, bro. I put it on my story. Bro, what really happens in your exclusive group? I would really like to join. So basically, it's an area, like if we want to sum it up, it's an area that has everything you need. So whatever you think you would need to help you to trade is there. And the most important part is it helps you with application. So it's good to watch me trade here. Like this is great value for free. But when you take this value, you need to learn to apply it. Everyone in here asking me questions, just simple stuff where I can give like one-to-one feedback, stuff like this. I'm aware that this feedback that I can give, this is important because this is him asking a question on his needs. Sending your plans, very healthy thing to do, right? Now, if your plan is different than mine, which I'm looking is not too much looking at these plans, except for the sells. I don't really agree too much with the sells. But if your plan is different than mine, then actually wait, let me see. Another pullback. Okay, fine. If your plan is different than mine, then you need to be asking for feedback, you know. I said 1K, so close. Yeah, there was a few people who were close. 1001, yeah, 1195 was the answer. I have a question. Have you been to Australia? Yes, I have. My uncle lives there, so I went to visit him. What's your favorite time frame to trade on? Has to be the 15. I think that is my favorite time frame. I'm gonna join next week. Hope you have slots open. You'll have to join through the waitlist. That's it. Waitlist application. You have to apply, write a small description. I'm actually doing that. Till now, I've rejected 2 people. So not too bad. It's actually been good. So I've rejected 2 people till now. One of those persons, I actually made the effort to reach out to them and ask them, like, I need more detail. Like, that's a rubbish answer. Just in case. And they came back and sent me an essay. Sent me like a big description. So I'm like, I didn't, you know, people can do it. Just passed stage 2 on 25K account yesterday. Amazing work. Probably use ChatGPT. No, I've kind of learned how ChatGPT looks like. Here's the question. Who used ChatGPT to get the answer for how many people's on Pip Labs? So the hint, you guys were asking about what's the hint? The hint was like 3 months ago, we had 858 simulations. That was posted on Instagram. So anyone who was voting for 400 simulations, 10,000 simulations, you're completely off. So the fact that you guys didn't pick up on that, need to be paying more attention to detail. That was your major hint. It was the amount of followers of the Insta page? No, the hint was this. I didn't actually notice that, but the Insta page has different amount of followers. Right? No, 1.5, bro. It's not pretty close, bro. 1.5. This was your hint, man. Oh, shit. Your hint was that we made a post, but I'm not logged in. Oh, oh, man. Look, as it's there, bro. That's your hint. That's your hint. Your hint was we had a post that said how many simulations there were about 3 months ago. So it was there. Let's see what this says. So MT5 tester versus Pip Labs. Local install, no setup required. Stress testing, prop firm simulator built in. Outdated and clunky, Tradingview charting engine. Perfect fills, natural slippage and spreads. 1 minute aggregated tick by tick data. That's insane, man. That's really accurate. Like, this is from ChatGPT. Like, you guys make the, I swear, right? It's literally flaming MT5 and showing. But that's my point. Like, we really put as much effort into Pip Labs. Like, tell me how this is not good testing environments. Us including tick by tick real data. Not perfect fills. We give natural slippage plus spreads. We use Tradingview charting engine. Outdated and clunky. Prop firm simulator built in, browser, no setup. I mean, shout out to ChatGPT, bro. Shout out to ChatGPT. Giving us promotion, bro. Ask it versus what's this? FX replay. You're so picky with trades and you take trades around 5 to 8 trades a month, max 10. How do you build this patience? Yesterday I forced a trade, I lost, then revenge traded. Well, that's how I learned it, right? Because the same thing would happen, right? I would force a trade to make money and I would lose money. So the exact same thing that happened to you happened to me, and you just learn to say, okay, fine. Just need to pick things within my plan. I have a very specific plan. Like today's plan is very straightforward. I'm looking for buys above here. If we were to close above, sells, we need to see some more information. We could look to sell. This previous 30 could be issues. We're going to see what happens with that. If not, we can look for sells. That's my plans. Do you recommend any prop firms? Yeah, FTMO. That for me is the best. Thanks for the great content. I'm new to trading. Your videos live, it helps a lot. Subscribe to Pip Labs. Loving it. Grateful for all the value. I appreciate the kind comments, man. Can a beginner become profitable in 3 months? You could become profitable, but you're not sustainable. Right? Definitely. Let's say you came into the group. You just focused on my concepts. You focused on getting maximum feedback. You focused on every day sending charts. Every day, 3 months, you're profitable. It's very possible. But you're not consistent. You're not consistent because you have not developed the experience and the emotional control. Yes, you could maybe, if you're following things, because the powerful thing about a beginner is he doesn't have previous knowledge. So it will be actually easier, right? It will be easier compared to someone with previous knowledge, with scars from the market. Because if we have previous emotional situations we've experienced in the market, that seems to scar us the more and more we trade. What's your concept? Price action. You mean like trading gold? Well, yeah, that's an example, right? Then you have a hard time trading gold because you're scarred and you don't like it. But that's if you have a complete beginner, he is going to be profitable faster than you because that's not going to affect him. But then where the consistency lacks is when he starts finding something difficult. So the minute he gets into emotional situation, the minute he starts revenge trading, the consistency will go. But profitable, yeah, he'll be able to generate profits following the plan. You know, that will be easy. But the minute something hard comes, gone. You know, then he has that journey to deal with, right? And then that takes time, 6 months, 7 months. Appreciate everyone showing up to stream, guys. Make sure to leave a like on the stream. We get the stream out to more people. Nice rejection on gold. This is good liquidity. If we were to close above, makes things a little bit better. 1 hour is not the best close, of course, but we'll see. DAX is dumping. Yeah, DAX is dumping. This is a gap, remember. Also, it's bullish bias today. Previous daily was a bullish. This was a no candle here because the markets were closed. So this is fake candle. And previous 4 hour close bullish. I'm kind of a beginner, somewhat lost. I think if you're lost as a beginner, the first video you should watch is my 1 hour 48 minute video, man. It's a long video. It's a long video, but it's going to help you a lot. It's going to help you a lot. It's a free course and there's a lot of information. It takes you from zero to hero. Man, it took me a long time to film that, you can imagine. And after that, I posted every single week. So go use that value because it's actually a great video. 1 hour 48 minutes is a lot of content. You know, especially for free. So make use of that. I'll go check your video course. Enjoy. Best 1 hour I spent. Appreciate that. Probably not the best, but maybe a useful, you know, productive. I do think watching that is a productive thing you could do. I wonder how many hours of content we have in the exclusive content. What do you guys think? What's your guess? How many hours? I'm not going to say mine. I want to hear you guys because you guys consume it. How many hours do you think we have in exclusive content? 250 hours, you think? No chance. Wow. $30 hours, 100 hours. I mean the webinars, without webinars, yeah, without webinars. With webinars, yeah, we have so much with webinars. With webinars, over 100, yeah. With webinars, yeah, over 200 hours. 30 hours with the exclusive content. Damn. Yeah. Yeah, I think 2030 is correct. This week, please make a video of the 1 minute strategy. Yeah, but it's not really a full strategy. It's not a full strategy. I thought to make a video about the 1 minute, how to use the 1 minute, but I think a lot of people are just gonna get confused. You know, like many people can't trade using the 5 minute. They can't trade using the 15 minute, and then you want to trade using the 1 minute. Yeah, exactly. See, that's facts. That's how it is. I mean, I was the same as a beginner. I really thought the more trades I can take, the more money I can make. So let me learn how to trade 1 minute because I can get a trade every 5 minutes or so. I wonder why I didn't just go and fill the gap quickly. Interesting to reject before the gap. That's why just trading on gap fills can be very hard. Do you think GJ was a fake out? Not at all. Because nothing closed above. Nothing closed above. We were at 193,500, which is key level. Rejecting key level is completely normal, which is why we were waiting for a close above key level. This tried to close above, but this is what I mean why closes are so important. People sometimes hate that I wait for closes, but now you wouldn't hate it. But you don't remember this setup. You don't remember that if this is something you took without waiting for a close, you lose. Right? You lose. This is something you lose without waiting for a close. So, you know, just having a plan that you can replicate is going to be key. I was thinking to do something a bit crazy, but I don't know how crazy that is. I don't know how crazy that is. I was thinking to fill this wick here. If this closes above this resistance, to fill this wick. And just trust this uptrend right now. Seems pretty crazy to me. It is pretty crazy, yeah. Trading in the range? Yeah. Like I said, I was thinking about something crazy. I didn't say I'm gonna do it, so I said I was thinking about something crazy. Not crazy. Unfortunately for us, both like crazy. In some cases, you would take it. A full bullish bias, you know, when gold is trending, you basically just buy every dip and you're good. You know what I mean? Especially when you've created, you know, double support here. But today we're not actually full bullish bias. So that is something against it, yes. You mean, what are you doing? So you get, looking at DAX, get tight close on 5 minute, 4 hour, no top wick, see this play out a lot. Yeah, so this candle close bearish, next one close above. Yeah, that could work. We can take based on structure. If we were trending and higher time frame was bullish bias, would help with that type of trade. Harry, if you had to pass the funded account with your strategy, how much would you risk per trade? I would risk maybe 4.9% per trade to pass it as fast as possible, because I can afford if it doesn't work out. But if I was doing it sustainably to prove myself, 1.5. Damn, gave full showdown. Ah, look at this showdown. Let's see the showdown. Let's see who wins, guys. Are you ready? You guys be the judge, because I'm not here to. So Pip Labs, built directly on Tradingview. FX Replay, built directly on Tradingview. True tick-by-tick data, 3 to 5 years. Uses minute level, not true tick. Slippage, spread, changes in partial fills modeled accurately. Basic execution, no real modeling of slippage and market impact. Commission spread modeled internally. Trade fill behavior reflects realistic broker conditions. Limited modeling, mostly fixed spread, no advance fee input. Okay, that's number 1. So you can choose who's winning. Analytics, trade journals, dashboard, simulation, archiving, summary stats only, no deep analytics. Damn. Plug and play via browser. Intuitive UI, simple and clean, but more limited in scope. That I can agree with. Optimized for web use, works on mobile browsers. Browser-based, mobile works, but layout less fluid. I would say that that's untrue. It works on mobile browsers, but it's not very good, our software on mobile. You know? Ours is not good. Free tier, monthly, annual subscriptions, one-time, lifetime, monthly, annual subscriptions. And then the last one we have, strategy logic, no code logic builder, not scripting based, no coding, okay. Built-in prop firm simulator that we have. Simulation types, not yet possible, roadmap, not available. Order types, and that's it. So yeah. But FX Replay has more past history data, but they don't have ticks. If we remove ticks, we can give you 10-year data. 10-year data easily. And that 0.1 will be taken by spreads and 5 down breach. Yeah, but then that doesn't matter because I don't mind breaching. Most people using FX Replay are using futures and don't have to deal with spreads. Yeah, but then that's why, but then futures is not accurate. Because futures work different. Yeah, but you can just turn that off on ours, right? So it's the same thing. At least you have the option. So it doesn't matter, like, since you have both, right? So you can turn that off and trade with no spreads, no slippage, or you can trade with spread and slippage. So it's a personal choice. I wasn't really taught to backtest. I got thrown into the wolves, but made me good. Yeah, sometimes that's the hard way. I mean, I actually did backtest. Wow, look at that flip. Did you guys see that flip? That was an intense flip, man. Literally, immediately flip. Shit, man. 13 minutes is not a short amount of time. We'll get the typical gold rip up. Well, that's kind of why I wanted to see that idea is not too crazy, right? It's kind of why I wanted to take that idea. Especially with this bottom wick. But there's no, I mean, it was getting a bit close. I'd rather it close here. Like, I was scared it would do something like that. Because I've seen this type of formation before. I always prefer the close though. I was writing bottom wick is juicy, pop fast. Yeah, you'd have to have buy stop there actually. You market execute that, no chance. Five-minute close looks good. It actually doesn't because there's no 5-minute structure. So we need 5-minute structure, then we could consider 5-minute close, but 5-minute close would have to be above the resistance. That would be aggressive still. What would your take profit zones be? 65 first. 60 would be a watch zone. Move that up so you guys can see it. Is 5-minute on gold less effective? Everything is less effective on 5-minute. But if you have something on higher time frame to support that, it makes it effective. So it's all dependent. It's all dependent. So let's see if we can get the close above here. We can look for the buys. If not, I'll have to try find a way in on 5. Yes, slightly more aggressive. But I kind of trust it with this type of price action. If it's going to be nice to us, it will do this and actually take its time to close above. But yeah, as I say that, it's not really looking like the case, eh? So we can't, unfortunately, this is what makes it tough. We cannot enter on 5. Well, there's no we. I cannot enter on 5 if I don't get some sort of structure form. And there she goes. You think 67 can be a TP area? What is 67 based on, bro? I have 69. Crazy idea, not so crazy after all, eh? Yeah, it's kind of why I wanted to plan that, man. I know it's complex, but I actually kind of forecasted to see something similar to this. Because what I was visioning in my head is that, okay, what is the chances these days, right? What is the chances these days that gold actually waits like it does? Like, look, gold waits patiently in Asian. Gold is waiting patiently in Asian. London's been a bit more impulsive, right? So in Asian, you wait for close because you're getting it, right? Normally, 90% of the time, you wait for close, right? That's what I was thinking here, is that what's the chance we actually just get a nice another candle close here? Yeah, it'd be perfect scenario, but it's not what we're seeing. Gold, everything has been a little bit more impulsive. But at least we have a wick here. So we can fill that wick, which is a very complex trade, this, very complex, because you're only dealing with 9-10 pip range and relying only on structure. Like I said, full bullish bias, I take it. But with mixed bias, it's just not there in terms of probabilities. But the idea you can see played out. So it's important to identify how that played out. You can learn a thing or two. Bullish bias would have made all the difference. because then you're just following gold in a trend. You're literally just buying the dip. You're focusing more on just price trying to push through, you know. But unfortunately, if this doesn't calm down, then that's it, done for the day. So let's see if we can get a pullback to get an entry. If not, then that's it, done for the day. It's just going to push through here and just continue or reject at some point, because it's already made a very decent move from the highs here. It's already 40 pip move. So 40 pips is quite a lot. 40 pips would be TP. So we really hope that it can chill. Otherwise, not going to be able to do much. DAX is that selling zone. I don't know why you guys are all looking for sells on DAX. It doesn't make sense to me when bias is bullish. It's bullish, bro. Bullish. Check broker, man. Why? But Tradingview doesn't matter. Broker was closed yesterday. The whole market was closed yesterday, and you're going to use the candle that was closed yesterday? What type of information are you guys getting from? Broker was closed yesterday. Market was closed. So the information you're getting on bias is on a closed candle. This candle shouldn't be here. Broker was closed. So bias is actually bullish. I bought at the bottom of that candle, sold at the highs, happy about the win, but definitely gutted I sold. But that was your plan. If your plan was to sell at the highs, then that you followed your plan. You can't be gutted at following your plan. That's like saying, oh, I'm upset I made money. You sound a little bit silly, you know? Like, that's your plan. That's the point of being a trader, is to follow a plan. You're not supposed to catch the point, the move from A directly to B and be perfect, you know? You think with this kind of push on gold, we can use any 5-minute pullback close above for entry? Nah, it's gone. That's it. Nothing. Now you're just trying to force, right? And then if the 5-minute gives no pullback, you start looking at the 1 minute, right? And you're like, oh, let me see if the 1 minute can give me something. You know what I mean? I mean, there's a time and place to use 1 minute, but not in a scenario like this. I did, you know, I did discuss it. I did feel like it would be a point. Frustrating part that I was waiting for that breakout from the consolidation, but I took off, no chance to get in. I mean, it technically had that chance, the crazy idea I was talking about, to take the buy here. You know, that's your only chance to get in. But again, you'd have to have buy stop ready. You'd have to trust and go against bias. Long term, I think that doesn't work with this bias. Bullish bias, trending move, it works every time. Not every time, but, you know, it works more often than not. You know, because today you could argue sells, right? You could argue, like, really, like, you could tell me that if price closes below here, I'm taking a sell. I wouldn't necessarily say you're wrong. I'll say it's more risky because we've been going in an uptrend. But based on how previous daily has closed, there's no reason why this daily can't flip. And that could happen by NY. This whole move up during London, NY could flip with NFP, guys. Remember, today's NFP day. We could see a full price action change in this scenario where this is just one pullback for NFP to dump down. Right? So if we're going to talk a little bit about NFP and see what the numbers come back as here. If unemployment rate, right? If unemployment ends up ticking up here, we're going to see money move into gold. So you'll actually see gold push up. If unemployment comes down, you're going to see gold push down. But you'll see it be positive for the stock market as well. So we'll have an initial maybe push up. I mean, I'm thinking if I can buy on maybe a retest. I mean, it's possible. If there can be a 5-minute retest, if we get 15-minute close above, and then you take it on a retest. I mean, if this opens no bottom wick, yeah, that's pretty cool. No bottom wick would work. I mean, no top wick, sorry, would work. Especially if it closes above key level, opens no top wick and starts dumping. Yeah, I'm pretty interested. But those are things we can't really say I hope happens, because we have to just wait and see if they happen. You know? And believe it or not, as crazy as it sounds, it is possible, yeah, I was just about to say so, that this can even close below. And you're waiting for the next candle above to get the wick fill. You know? Do you use the likes of Dixie and JPY basket any confluence? Not for the time frame that we trade on. But it's nice to look at it higher time frame just to see, because they're not always correlated. Like the Dixie is not correlated to gold always, right? Dixie was moving up, gold was moving up at the same time. So it doesn't mean it's correlated. So I don't really like to use it like that. I swear gold has been doing that for quite some time. Decent breakout, ends up closing below last 5 minutes. Yeah, especially with no 5-minute structure, it makes sense. Believe there's negative correlation? No, not always, right? Not always. If you look at this Dixie moving up in recent times, I mean, we go to a decent time frame, you know, you could see we had periods of where Dixie was moving up and so was gold moving up. So it's not always correlated. Generally, yes, generally. That's why I like to use it on higher time frame. Daily, 4 hour, much better than looking at like a 5-minute time frame, 15. Because if you can analyze a one chart, you know that the other chart should be doing something different. So why add the other chart, right? Readjusted plan, close above previous 4 hour for buys. Yeah, some sort of setup 5 here would be ideal for DAX. Very interesting 15 candle, man. It's good for us, though. It's good for us, I'll tell you that much. You know? Like, I'm not complaining at this candle. It's actually nice because... But FOMO's getting clapped? Yeah. That's why you can't have FOMO, because now you kind of feel relaxed. You're like, it's not pushing anymore. We have a chance. But it's like, yeah. You never know what the next move is in the candle. But if this closes above here, I wonder if there's a chance to take 5-minute support. Yeah, I'm thinking for wick fill here. We tapped nothing here. The only thing that concerns me, key level, but we're not reacting off it. There is a chance for wick fill, especially it's a 30-minute candle close. Let's see how the 15-minute opens here. There is a chance for wick fill. Be about 60 pips stop loss, but we have range. Just to the wick is 40 pips, but again, need this bottom wick to come through here. On my broker, there's a small one, but it's not enough to do anything with at the moment. It's really small. None on mine. I mean, you have to zoom in quite a lot. I mean, it's not enough. For a wick fill, you need bottom wick. This is very important for a wick fill because it needs to grab liquidity for the wick fill. But I wonder, above key level, can we take it on 5? Above key level is also not a bad idea. So let's see how this reacts off key level. It might tap key level, come make a bottom wick, then we're looking for buy above key level. There's your bottom wick. Where did you put SL? Yeah, below previous 15. So now we got to see how we form and how can we actually execute an entry on this. Set up 2 on DAX. I haven't looked at it. Can have a look. Not really, man, not really. Not the best setup to this. 20 pips for 30, 40. No 5-minute structure. Not the best. Okay, we're coming back to that. See if the 5 can close above key level would be interesting as well. Would also close the 1-minute breaking structure. The deeper this bottom wick is made, like if it keeps rejecting 60, we have easy buys above 60. It becomes actually a good thing, right? Which is nice. I can see it now starting to react off that 60, so that's giving us a spot. Whenever you see a reaction from an area, it's not a bad thing, it's a good thing because it's giving you somewhere to trade above or below or whatever. Hi, there's a 3-way pullback. It's completed, so the market will go first down to the low of the 15 minutes. Then the market will fly up to 32.95. The low of the 15 minutes. Okay, so if I take a short now, I make money. Is what you're saying. So what low? Which 15-minute low? I'm cooked. Not paying attention this morning. I'm gonna call it. Have a great weekend. Might try make some plans for NY. Brother, the cure is to just continue going. The minute you stop is when you feel it. So that's a grave mistake you made. Is you stopped. You have to continue going because then you don't know what's going on. You know? Take it till failure. Till you're liquidated, bro. Literally. Yeah, I was about to say what Joe has said, man. I think Joe's got the best advice here. I seen someone live stream when first started. Someone in his chat said it's a sell, and the guy put up a fake position to prove that the guy needs to chill, and then the trade hit stop loss. Was funny. Yeah, I did the same, and guess what happened? Everyone in chat, and I made it clear, but obviously people are watching my stream without sound. Everyone in chat said, oh, you're in, and then we went in drawdown and started to lose, and then they started blaming me for the loss. It's like, no, that was a fake position for what someone said in chat. And they started saying, bro, put it in the journal, you took a loss, you're trying to hide things. And I'm like, what? Have a coffee and cigarette, you're good to go. No, you need to do the ultimate combo. You need to have 2 espressos, 1 Red Bull, 1 cigarette, and then 1 cigar. And then you're good. That should sort you out. You know, the cigarette is for the classic, and then the cigar is to continue the protein synthesis throughout the next couple of hours. You know? Actually, guys, it is proven that nicotine helps with muscle contractions. Helps your mind-muscle connection, sorry. Yeah, really. Low dose though, low dose. It's good for your brain as well. Yeah, low dose is good for your brain. Harry, nothing crazy, but the area we tapped is a minor resistance, so do you think closer above that would be better for buys? Yeah, it would be nice now. You know, this is looking good. The thing is, can we hopefully get some volume? We also have DAX today here. Open is in about 15 minutes. If we can close above, now we have a nice 5-minute resistance. If we can close above this resistance, might be interesting as well. Let's see if we can do it in 1 minute. It's possible. It is possible. It's DAX. Only thing I am a little bit scared about is the gap. You know, obviously, we're so close to the gap. You know, you kind of feel like, why doesn't it go fill it? Smoke during? No, you need to have a cigarette and do 3-plate squats with a cigarette hanging out. That's the shit, man. I actually need to film that. New video coming soon. Harry Sharp squats with cigarette hanging out the mouth. 3 plates. For 15 reps. To show you stamina. While having cigarette hanging out his mouth. Tom Platt style. Might as well cigarette. Yeah, cigars better than cigarettes for me. Make me feel ill. Cigars not bad. I don't mind them. Ever tried to tie your show with a cigar in your mouth? That shit is hard. You have to use your teeth. You have to hold it with your teeth, the cigar. The gap's a lot lower on my broker. Oh yeah, yours is a lot lower. Mine is just slightly higher than yours. Still pretty low though. Almost the same actually as yours. No, mine's the same as yours. Exact same as yours. Exact same. I was just looking at it on 15. So this is good for gold for us. We could even take setup 2 towards upside. DAX, let's see if it wants to reverse from where it is right now. Next 5 could close above. Dumb question. Are cigarettes, cigars and alcohol legal and allowed to be consumed in Dubai? Yes, they are of course allowed to be consumed in Dubai. Actually, Arabs are huge smokers, bro. Massive smokers. I think there's a weird law regarding alcohol in Dubai. Yeah, you just can't drink it in public, which I agree with. And people who sell alcohol have to be connected to... You have to have a license if you want to buy. And the license, anyone can get the license, but based on your salary, it limits how much you buy. So they're just trying to stop reselling. And then the only other thing, this is the only thing that would be different from Western society, is in a regular restaurant, you cannot buy alcohol. It has to be connected to a hotel. It's annoying in Dubai when you want a cheeky beer. Yeah, because you're just an alcoholic, bro. If you were someone who actually is normal, you wouldn't care about a cheeky beer. But can't blame him. Man's from England, so what to do? Yeah, Maufa, that's absolutely banned in UAE, that stuff. You get caught with that stuff, it's game over. Very strict when it comes to that. What about drinking on the streets? Yeah, that's illegal. But I'm sure it's illegal in most countries, right? Not in Europe? Oh, okay. Guess that's why you have so many problems of idiots on the street drinking. Solves all of that. Maybe because I'm from California? Yeah, but you know, that's destructive stuff, man. Weed is destructive stuff. I wonder if counter bias is okay today, man. Because we're just not going up all day. That's what's kind of convincing me. We have second break of structure with this candle close here on 15. And I think we could maybe come and fill this gap. So I think I'm going to give it a shot, to be honest. I think I'm going to give it a shot. We're going to see. Because this is second break of structure. And we're just not going up. So I think it's worth a shot. Although it's not biased. But second break of structure now. We tried multiple times. 15 minute is about to close as well. So let's see if we can get a top wick. No top wick yet for me. Alright, it's forming. So if we re-break these lows, I'll take a sell, put stop loss above this structure here. And that's it. That's my plan for now. Are you worried about previous 5? No, because I'm basing it on 15. If there was no 15, then yeah, I would be worried. Also, this wick is crossing it. That's 2 reasons. All right. Let's see what happens. Immediate rejection from there after breaking the lows, which is not the most fun thing, I'll tell you that much. About 25 point stops. That's not fun, the way we reject, but hopefully this is the liquidity to continue down. Not fun to be right in the position when we have to sit through that, but hopefully this is the liquidity to continue down. But the way it broke that and then immediately reject is super interesting. I've not really seen that before. I guess it's respecting this 1 minute resistance here. But this might be an unfortunate FU candle if this doesn't calm down. If we don't respect this 1 minute structure, we might just get a little FU candle and that will be game over. So we're going to see. We're going to see how it does that. Any news on DAX? I don't think so. I think a news move would be straight to stop loss. Hopefully this can close weak bullish, would give us like a thunderstorm, which would actually be great confirmation. If it closes back in the range, a little bit tough trade. Hopefully last 5 seconds, no funny business. And it's doing funny business last 1 second. I mean, I need to see on broker how that closed. Broker, it's above or below? Just above, yeah. But it's below. There's like a gap on broker. There's a gap on broker, so I don't know. If you take it from the one that has the gap, it's actually at. If you take it from the one that's below, it's above. We do have bottom wick on broker though, which is not good. I wish maybe bigger stops here would have been nicer. Have a higher chance if we can respect just to retest this. It's a bit tight here because we might just wick through it. It might catch me out, then flip. I know it's possible, but hopefully we can just start some sort of rejection from now and should be okay. Otherwise it won't. I actually really want a bigger stop loss here. I'm scared a small spike takes me out. Like I want it above this 7.2, which is previous 4 hour. How much is that? 8? I don't know if we'll see. I don't really want to drag it. It's only 3 points. Three points is not bad. We just need to re-break the lows, to be honest. Should be good after that. If this 5 can flip and close bearish, I think it looks pretty good. The worst thing we want right now is this 5 minute to close above here. If this 5 minute can close bearish right now, we have a lower high on 5, it doesn't look bad. So it's made bottom wick on this broker. Hopefully we can continue some bearish pressure right now, would be great. B close, I'm nowhere near to B at the moment. So I can't really close at B. Come on, last 42 seconds. Let's get a rejection here, DAX. Let's go. Do it. Finish bearish. Come on. Not bad, not bad. Finished bearish, which is kind of nice. It just failed. That's a great close, but we're not seeing it. Hopefully this is one more liquidity grab. That's what we need. Only problem is open here. 3 minutes for the open. I needed to push before the open. Like 1 minute before the open, I have to make a decision. 1 minute before the open, I have to make a decision. So it seems like it's going to be a tough decision. You know, so hopefully this can just flip at least in the last 2 minutes here, and I can get out at entry, or I can get out. or just be at break even, something like that. Okay, now it needs to reject right now. That's the liquidity grab. If it's gonna fail, it has to fail now. This is where it has to fail. So let's see. No bottom wick on 1 minute, so if it can flip now, there'll be a chance. Shit. Stop me out there. That's it. Out of that position. I got slipped as well. I got slipped to up here. So I actually lost more than I should have lost. It slipped me. How many pips did that slip me? 2 points. So I had my stop loss here. It slipped me to 7. So I guess my bias was right, guys. My bias was right. So I should have just listened to myself from the beginning of the day. Bias is right. Not gone counter bias. Big mistake. I guess I was just wanting to take a trade for everyone. And I think that's a big mistake. A lot of people were talking about the sells and they kind of look better and better and better. But yeah, bias rocks, man. Bias always wins. Like, that's how strong bias is. So very cool to see how strong bias is. Starting off the month with a loss. Very beautiful. And part of the game. Check out bias, man. Check out bias. Bias is mixed on forex.com. You guys are not concentrating, guys. You have to lock in a little bit more. You guys have to lock in. Yesterday, markets were closed. Markets were closed yesterday, guys. Come on. We spoke about this 5 times today on stream, and you guys are still saying bias is mixed. Check your broker. Market was closed yesterday. It's a fake candle. Make sure you're locking in, because these small details are going to bite you. You know, it bit us today because bias was king. If I just followed bias like I always do today, I would have never taken this, right? So that's showing you how strong bias is. But I guess, you know, all week, no trade. Really wanted to get into something for you guys, show you guys a trade, and take something a little bit more risky. And it's the beginning of the month. I mean, it did technically make sense. We were not going up all day. I mean, there were definitely confirmations, 5-minute structure. It looked good, you know. 15-minute close below, but it respected this 1-minute structure down here, you know. Respected this 1-minute structure. This was looking great, but obviously, if you notice, these are what normally catches us out whenever we have this straight push there. So close to the open made it hard as well. It kind of has to pick its direction so close to the open. It's either up or down. Either up or down. How's gold doing? Oh, that's a beautiful rejection on gold. See, 1 hour close bullish. Yeah, gold can have some options soon. Bias is king, man. Bias is king. Very simple to show you guys. Look, I break one thing. When's the last time I've taken a counter bias sell? Never. Rarely take it. And that's it. I always get cooked, guys. I'm telling you. Whenever I do something even slightly more aggressive, like you asked me why I trade super safe, right? Why I trade super safe? That is why I trade super safe. Because I always get cooked. It just doesn't work for me. It just doesn't work for me. So if anything, it teaches you a good lesson of how important even small details can be. Because for me, I don't feel good about this loss because it was against bias. You know, if it was with bias, this would be a perfect trade, man. But when I have that in the back of my mind, it's going to annoy me. It's going to make you think, okay, fine, I should have not have gone against bias. You know, but at least I have the profits to play with, so it doesn't matter. See what time this triggered here. 10:47. That slippage sucks, man. Took out a little bit more of my profits than I wanted to. Yeah, pretty shitty slippage. This is your first loss on Friday this year? That's pretty good, man. It's supposed to happen at some point, I guess. I gave it to a shitty trade. I guess I felt a little bit pressured to get into something to end the week, but I always get cooked doing that. I know it's always a negative thing when you feel pressured. All day waiting for something, all yesterday waiting for something. So this is bound to happen, and then you just squeeze something that goes counter bias. Very typical though. I guess that's also a pressure you have to consider about wanting to do things. Are you playing on a demo account? In this trade, I wish I did. I honestly wish I did, but unfortunately not. I lost yeah, all of this week's profit on that. But that's part of the game. The difference is I'm not going into loss, I'm losing profit. Now that's the major difference. Bias is king, boys. Let this be a lesson, man. Let this be a lesson. If anyone tells me why am I not taking a counter bias trade, I'm gonna point back to this trade multiple times. It's needed. Because now I have this to show you guys of real stats. You know? I have things to show you of real stats. When we take an aggressive entry, it doesn't work. When we didn't take the entry, it works. That's my point. That's my point. It always happens like that. It always happens like that. And the more you trade, the more you find that out. And that's like That's like a big lesson. It's a hard pill to swallow. It's a hard pill to swallow, but I'm patient for a reason, guys. I'm patient for a reason. You know, and that patience really pays. This is why I don't like counter bias, man. Even second break of structure, it allows it according to the rules. Like long term, if I take this, it will win more often than not, actually, in this scenario. But when we're so bullish, like it makes it's tough. What really got me today was, first of all, pressure. I wanted to take a trade end of week. Few days haven't taken anything, man. I haven't taken anything for a few days. Gold was not giving anything, and this is what really tricked me. Was this was the biggest sell here, is where this candle crossed through here, rejected. We rejected again here 1, 2, 3 times. 3 times we failed to close below. This candle failed to get above. We are making lower highs, lower lows. If you look at that, it's just lower highs, lower highs, lower highs. And this candle managed to close below. The next candle, which was also a 15-minute close below, you know, that was the biggest one. That was the biggest one. But I guess the 30-minute just ended up faking out like that. Boom. That's what really caught me there. You should really look into set and forget strategy. How has that been going? Who owns that strategy, set and forget strategy? FX Alex G? I think so, but how is he doing? I heard he was lost 8 trades in a row. If I lost 8 trades in a row, you guys cancel me. So it all doesn't matter. It all doesn't matter. It's about following a plan long term. You know? It's all about long term. Do you think it's NFP day played a part? Nah, it's simply really. It's as simple as that. This is the thing, man. Like I keep telling you guys, I'm patient for a reason. And this is how I get kind of pressured. And it happens to the best of us, you know. I mean, this week has been tough, you know. Get a great position on Monday, and then the rest of the days, every day testing your patience. Every day testing your patience. You know, especially when you're doing it in front of people as well. You just pushes you to take something, take something, take something. And you want to, right? It's not like I'm here not wanting to take something as well. That's a natural tendency of a trader, is wanting to take something. Right? You want to take something. It's just what you do at the markets. But when the markets are not giving you anything, you know, so you make an excuse as to why maybe this would be a good idea. And the only thing that we had to lose in this was bias. And guess what was the factor that made us lose? Bias. But everything else was correct, guys. It's not like it's a completely random trade. If you took this by yourself and sent it to me, the only feedback I would give you is the same feedback I give myself. The same feedback I wrote here is that counter bias. That's it. That's the only one thing. And that's sometimes why I like taking a good loss. Because if I took this loss today, we were mixed bias. This has all the confirmations. Yeah, you can argue it closed at 5-minute support. It tapped 5-minute support. But we crossed through it here. You can't always care about these zones. If today is going to be the day that it rejects 5-minute support with having a 15-minute candle, then you're never going to take a trade, right? We can't be that perfect. We're here to trade. Like, your job is to take risk. You can't be scared of every single thing. Yes, today it did respect that support. Fair enough, right? And this is why a guru can sound smart. A guru can sound smart because he can say, your trade failed today because it rejected a support. But that doesn't mean that you're actually wrong, because sometimes you'll just lose. You do everything right, but you lose. And that's the scenario I want to be in. I want to be in a scenario where I do everything right. I either win or I lose. And in that scenario, I remain neutral. You know, that's where I want to be. So in this scenario today, which rarely happens, today is not a scenario where I'm actually did everything right, you know, because I don't like counter bias. You can trade counter bias, but I don't like counter bias, you know. I mean, this is a pretty strong support zone looking at it like at the past. Actually, if you look at it previously, 1 hour was here as well. We had a couple of 30 minutes here as well. Check this out. So it has been a strong zone in the past. Maybe I should have focused on that, but I really thought we would get a gap fill as well. You know, the more I think about it, it's not that crazy. You know, with the gap there as well, it's pretty juicy. I mean, if we got to fill the gap, it would be a pretty big move, you know. So the gap also can supersede the probabilities there. You know, so actually, now that I'm talking it through with you guys, this is why I like to talk about my trades. Now that I'm talking with it, it's not that bad that there's the gap there actually can supersede to go counter bias. I mean, then we have everything. We have second break of structure, 5-minute close below, 15-minute close below, 15 close below with structure. Now, the only thing actually is we didn't break the lowest low. That could be a factor, definitely. That could be a factor. 8 points is quite a lot though. So, you know, it's quite a lot. So honestly guys, it is just considered a riskier trade. I don't think it was it's a shot. It's a shot. I'm not as upset as I was because the gap actually should increase probabilities a lot. Especially when we're so close to filling a gap, there is a high chance that we do fill the gap. Look carefully, you entered at a lower low, of course you lost. No bro, that's not how it works. This noob got absolutely wrecked. I wouldn't call myself a noob. I didn't get absolutely wrecked because I had risk management in place. So you can't say those things when you have things managed. It's just part of the game. It's okay, they'll learn, man. They'll learn. They have to realize that, you know, I mean, they're really happy. From yesterday to, you went full risk on this one? Yeah, I had no reason not to, really. If I went half, I would have announced. Bro, you come in here once in a moon, make remarks like you know everything. Yeah, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay, guys. Relax, relax, relax. We know the real truth. We know the real truth. I also live in Dubai and I drive an F-Pace for now. Yeah, but with this mindset, man, I don't think you'll get further than an F-Pace. You need to be a good person to have good things. Yeah, you could be a bad person, but if that's gonna be your dignity in life, that you got your things from being a bad person, it's not gonna be really good, you know? Like in Dubai, an F-Pace is a shit car, bro. Like there's so many people. You cannot have a nice car in Dubai. Everyone can one-up you here. So you realize at the end of the day, just drive what you want to drive. Who gives a shit if it's a Corolla? Who gives a shit if it's a Pagani? Like, if that's what you want to do, cool. If you've made it to that place, cool. But how have you treated people around you? That's more important. Because at the end of the day, the only thing you can build that has value is memories and how you treated others and how you interacted with others to build your own self. Because that's the only thing that has really satisfied me, is how an impact on others has affected me. Because that has really satisfied. Yeah, cars are cool, watches are cool, luxury lifestyle is cool. Those are all experiences. Those are experiences, right? Those are experiences that can lead to what? That can lead to better things, right? They can lead to you enjoying things. That's what money can buy, you know? So that's it, man. So focus on that, brother. I think you're gonna be really better if you do that, and hopefully that helps. Really, I think it'll be cool. How do you see this SE40 rolling out in the next hour? What's SE40, brother? Oh, you mean DE40? Is D next to S? Yes. Haha. Stuck in the range for now. If it's very simple right now. It's very simple right now. It's either break below or break above. That's actually what it is right now. Break above or break below. Man, London not be nice to us, huh? Like, look at gold. Faked out on gold. At least we weren't part of that. And then does nothing now. It would be beautiful. That's what we need. We need volume. Same thing on DAX today. Faked out on DAX. Unfortunately, we were part of the fake out on DAX. And no continuation. If this was continuation, I would jump back into a buy. I'm not scared to take a second trade today. You know, I'm not scared to take that a second trade. What's the lesson you learned today? I think it's like, it was this question. Am I happy giving back the profits I made this week? That was the question. You know? GJ looks good, setup 1. Yeah, if it can close below 11 minutes. Took an L, but we come back stronger. Learn to detach, no emotions. Yes, sir. It's all part of the game. I mean, it's annoying, no doubt about it, you know, especially, but that's how the week has been. And I always say this, and like, you know, hopefully this proves it to you guys and teaches you something useful, because that's what's going to pay you in the future. Is think about it this way. All week we've been waiting for a position, and there's been, you know, we had a position Monday, but then through the midweek, it's been quite tough, right? I mean, it's been really last minute stuff that really hasn't played out. And then what happens is that finally I break literally one rule, or I don't do something, and then boom, you go take a loss. So it just shows you that you're better doing nothing than trying something that's kind of a little bit outside the plan, as hard as it is to do, you know. I mean, today was kind of the one that pushes you over the edge, because if I'm actually looking back at this, it was pretty convincing. You know, it was pretty convincing. Yeah, that's the week. 1 win, 1 loss. Not the best week, 1 win, 1 loss. See, and that's my point. Like, it's so hard to see it, guys. But imagine this week I only took one trade. One trade this week. I only took one trade. I had 1.2% on that trade. And I stayed patient the whole week. Didn't do anything, didn't trade anything. It's super painful because everyone is pressuring and trying to take a trade. Okay? Everyone is pressuring and trying to take a trade, but you end your week much better than you would have been if you did take a trade. But you don't see that till it happens. You don't see that till it happens. And it's so hard to see that, guys. It takes years. I mean, this week I would be definitely down if I FOMO'd into multiple trades. You know? So it is hard to see that. But I really want you guys to use this example as just a form of proof towards that. Like, we have a case study now. In the future, I can always look back at this and tell you guys. You know? So that's cool about that. With NFP and unemployment numbers, don't you think even worth getting online to trade? After is good. After is good. Before, no. Before is really, I find it tough. But after, if you have like a decent move, especially with the ranges we have on gold, most likely, and be ready for it, if we range here, NFP will fill the LTA probably and mess us up. Or it will just come, I mean, it could dump down. I actually expect a whipsaw on NFP. Bro, if I send you a chart, can you review it for me? Discord general chat. Send, if you're an exclusive, yes, of course. That is mandatory. I prefer you do that every day. Even GJ looks low volume, man, huh? We want FOMO Harry back? There never used to be FOMO Harry. I have not FOMO'd into anything. That I'll hold myself proud to say. I don't. There's only been a few times. Last year, January, yes. But otherwise, I don't FOMO. Gold potential S5, but you need some sort of... this is very close, man, you know? It's very, very close, this resistance here. 20 pips. What happened? What's the giveaway? I already gave it away. It was on my Instagram story. Alright, charts are just ranging for now, guys. Listen, this is going to be very simple on DAX at the moment. Buys above, sells below. Pretty simple. Gold is going to be buys above here as well on gold, to be honest. Sells you could take, but I like the bullish price action in gold, so I want to stick more to buys. But any buys above will make sense. Just watch key level. What it does in this range is unknown. Kind of like, see this box? I'm going to draw this box. This is your danger area inside this box. Anything that happens inside this box can be really inconsistent. Really inconsistent. You know? So just be careful about that. We don't know because there hasn't been any volume yet. So that's the problem. Now GJ on the other hand, that also, depending on this close, can be an option as well. You know? Depending on how this closes though. Revenge trade? Nah, I'm good. I'm not going to revenge trade. If you want, be my guest. But DAX can still work. We just have to wait. So appreciate you all. And yeah, I guess ending a week break even is never a bad thing. We still have New York session. So maybe I am end up to recover something back. So that would always be nice. End up at least a little bit positive. Let's just see what NFP brings. Because after NFP, we could have some pretty cool volume. But I'm not going to make any assumptions. And yeah, appreciate you all. Hopefully catch you guys on Monday. And yeah, let's have a good week ahead for next week. And take care and have a good weekend. And hopefully see you guys soon. All right. Peace. Cheers. Cheers.